City are champions of the Premier League. The greatest story ever told has its happy ending for Claudio Ranieri and his players. An unhappy ending in many ways for Spurs here, who lost a 2-0 halftime lead.
Oh, welcome to Sports State. It's me, Zilow and Flopfox. We will be covering sports and things of that variety. Mostly playoff basketball, hockey, some soccer.
We repping various sport jersey.
We are. Only because, even though they don't play right now, as the time of this recording.
Well, my team does.
You're
but
Rockies
they're not great.
Your Rockies
we'll cover why they're not great, but
yeah, but the NHL playoffs, they aren't going on. NBA playoffs start today, though.
Rebuild. It's a rebuild. It's okay.
It's what is the Rockies are? They have been for the past fucking years.
The Rockies have been a rebuild since 2007, but we're not going to talk about that.
All right, so we want to start with basketball today, correct?
Yeah, we're going to start with the basketball playoff. We're going to pick our bracket. Will it be wrong?
It 100% is going to be wrong, but we'll do our best. So we'll start with the Western Conference.
Yep.
We got Oklahoma City Thunder and the Grizzlies. I will pull up the statistics. God, I couldn't get that out. And we'll take a look. All right. We can go based off first glance. Obviously, people at home who are watching this.
It's going to be OKC in 5, man. Come on. Like,
I don't know, but
it's going to be
it has that
5.
Yeah, I'm going to go with OKC. I don't think.
I think the Grizzlies will win 1 at home. I think they'll win 1.
I could see that. So what? We think in 4?
I think in 5. You
think 5?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, look at that. It moved on its own. I didn't even get that far into it.
Oh, now we're at a hard one.
Nuggets and Clippers.
No.
I don't know what the Nuggets. No, I'm not deep into watching a lot of basketball, but I keep up with the local Minnesota Timberwolves.
Must be nice having a local team.
Well, I'm sorry that
even though New York has several of them, they're not local to me.
Well, I'm sorry for you, but either way,
it's okay. I forgive you.
So we got the Nuggets and Clippers.
Let me see them stats.
Yep, we can look at the stats.
That's really close.
It is. I mean,
do we think? I think it's going to be Nugs.
Yeah, I would agree with you. The question is how many. I think it'll be a longer series. I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
I think it might be in 7.
I would say 6 or 7. I'm willing to go with 7. Obviously, we're probably going to be wrong anyway. So
will Bronny James be the clutch king?
I don't know, man. Well, now that I know, obviously everyone knows about the trade for Luka Doncic.
Well, Nate, let's be honest. We're talking about the man on the Lakers, LeBron.
Yeah, but I also got Anthony Edwards, Naz Reid,
but AD.
He's not there. That was part of the trade.
I know.
God.
No, he's coming back. He's coming
back just for this game.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna pull
just to screw over Dallas.
I think a lot of people. Yeah, I haven't looked fully into how well
I know the T-Wolves
and Katie and LeBron.
I know the T-Wolves are your baby.
Well, they're not really my baby. They're just
fine. I know the T-Wolves are the son that you had. But
the last we've. No, that's also not true. It's the Twins.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't know how well Luka and LeBron have been playing together because, again, I don't look fully into all the statistics. From what I've seen, playing together, I do know the Wild weren't as dominant.
The Wild
as they were. Did I say Wild? I meant Timberwolves. But
are they playing for the World Series?
Yeah. They're going for all the.
I think it's going to be Lakers in 5, man. I know. I want it to be a better thing than that, but
I would like to see him. I just like I said, I know the Timberwolves weren't as dominant as they were last year.
And the Lakers are getting a pretty juiced up roster.
I don't know. Unless I'm gonna go with the Lakers, but unless I do believe Anthony Edwards will have that dog in him, and he will figure it out, and he will
It's weird that it's 2 Minnesota teams playing though.
ball it out. Yeah, the
Well,
Minneapolis Lakers back when they used to be here.
yeah, when they
That's crazy.
were.
All right,
I think it's gonna be Lakers.
I think we can
5.
agree with the Lakers. I can agree with 5 to 6.
I think. Hear me out. Game theory. They're gonna lose that first game.
Who, the Lakers or the Timberwolves?
Yeah, they're gonna be messing around. Just like, oh, it's the T-Wolves. Like, we can just like see what works and get like some ideas going for later.
I think we can just look at this because the Timberwolves, they lost to Luka. Now they're playing Luka.
And LeBron James.
Yeah.
And Bronny. You can't forget about Bronny.
He's been dropped down.
He might come back. Just for his dad.
Yeah, he's gonna come back and they go to the finals and Bronny's gonna come back up.
This is where I have an upset.
You taking the Warriors?
No. What?
What do you mean an upset? The Warriors are the lower seed.
I'm taking the Rockets.
Oh my god. Jesus.
Because the Rockets have been awful recently. Ish.
Recently-ish. I guess
I'm taking Rockets in 6.
I have no. I'm
okay. This one, it's
That
gonna
one, I don't know.
be Cleveland in 4. Get out of here.
Oh, okay. But you don't. You're not giving. We're blowing through this now. You're not giving any reasons.
I mean, okay. You want the reasons the Rockets, the Warriors, ever since their last championship, have been the kings of dropping the clutch and doing awful. And the Rockets love making people mad. And the Miami Heat are barely a team. They should be in the G League.
Okay. Well,
this next one I don't know. Pacers and Bucks.
We're now in the
That's
Eastern,
rough.
and we're taking the Cavs over Miami.
Well, yeah.
All right,
Like
Pacers and
insane human
Bucks.
would.
I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know.
I agree with the Bucks pick over the Pacers because I'm gonna be honest. I don't know much about either. But I will give it a longer series. I'm willing to go 6.
I think it's going to be the Bucks just because the Pacers are really good at not doing well in the postseason.
You know what I mean? Tell that to them back when they were good.
How many rings?
Look, I'm sure Michael Jordan has a few that he could spare.
I mean, so is Shaq.
That's also true. All right, but how many games do you?
I bet Dennis Rodman wouldn't mind handing out a few.
He probably doesn't even have them anymore.
He might. I don't know.
He's
a neat guy.
Yeah, we can go with that. We'll put a little asterisk next to.
No, a big one, like the whole screen.
It's just an asterisk. We could do that.
Is he a great ball player? Absolutely. Nobody can contest that.
All right, let's.
Anyway,
how many
Bucks
games?
and 6.
Okay. Let's get off this Dennis Rodman. Oh, yeah. I went all the way to the next round. Oh, yeah, that was all. No, that's not all of them. What the hell?
No, it's not. We still have.
I was gonna say we got Detroit and ooh. Oh yeah, the Knicks. They're a team.
Yeah.
Did you know they're in New York?
No.
Oh my goodness. Well, they're favored to beat Detroit.
Good. 5.
Knicks in
Next.
5. All right, I'll let you take that home.
The
Frank.
only clips I've watched of basketball this year are the Pistons failing miserably, and that's just because that's what it recommends me on YouTube Shorts.
That's fair.
Celtics in 4 next.
Yeah, I would agree. All right, now we're on this conference semifinals. Look at that. That was a very painfully longer process than I probably wanted.
Well, too bad.
Only because I took Lakers over the T-Wolves, but who's saying anything?
Cope.
All right, we got the Thunder and Nugs. I'm gonna be honest. I think the Thunder still take it over the Nugs.
I think so too. They've had a pretty good year.
Yep. I do think it's still going to be a longer one. I think the Nuggets can go a longer series with them. Eventually, they will get they'll just get beat out. But
They'll go from the gold nuggets to the chicken nuggets.
I don't think it'll go 7. I think it'll go 6. Maybe.
I can go 6. I don't think OKC would let them take it to 7.
Then we got the Lakers and Rockets. I'm assuming you're gonna take the Lakers because you just think the Rockets. No, you think the Rockets still take it?
I think this is where the Lakers fall apart, push to a game 7 and lose.
The Rockets push game 7 and make them remarkable.
I think it's gonna be like one of those things where like Lakers win 3 in a row and the Rockets win the next 4.
Okay. Next one, I think the Cavs take it in 5.
You know what? You read my mind. Absolutely. We don't even have to talk about the next one. It's going to be the Celtics in 5.
Oh, I clicked 4 on accident.
They are borderline dream team right now.
I mean, you think they're gonna go back to back?
They have before.
All right. They're in the conference finals.
Now I say OKC beats them.
Okay. OKC beats
the Rockets. The Rockets' dream run ends here. Game 6.
Okay.
I'm going to say they're going to try to do what they did with the Lakers again, but fail.
I do think this is the game that's probably going to be on a lot of people's minds and want to watch.
This is the game to go to like Buffalo Wild Wings to watch.
Yeah, I do think Celtics take it.
I do too. It might be a game 7 where it's like
I think it'll be
decides it.
I think it'll be a long game, long series. I agree. And then we get to the finals. I think this will be another really good game. I'm still gonna be honest. I think the Celtics still take it.
I think they get the double, and I think it's gonna be in 6.
I think it's gonna be not game 7 series, but yeah, I agree with you on game 6. Now, how many points will be scored in game 1?
130
total.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
High defense. High defense.
High defense. All right. Again, this bracket is probably 100% wrong.
100%. Yeah.
We acknowledge.
Make sure you get the telemarketer stuff too. You need that.
No. And we submit it. I don't have an account made.
Just kidding. But we can look through this after the NBA finals are done.
But I can just pan through this. People can look and see what it is. But we got the Celtics beating the Oklahoma City Thunder in the NBA Finals this year.
All right.
Are we wrong?
Let's go to Hacky.
We're not. Well, we're not probably. We're probably correct on the Celtics winning. There's a good shot, but the rest of it probably.
Actually, that's where you're wrong. The Wizards are going to come in and take it all from behind.
Oh my gosh!
Nobody expected that.
Well, that's going to end our NBA segment. That's our playoff prediction. Again, probably wrong. But who knows? Maybe we're right.
If we're right, you have to like, comment, and subscribe, but on somebody else's account.
Now we're thinking. All right. Now we're off to the NHL.
Some hacky.
Good old hockey. Shocker. Another bracket. Wow. Incredible. All right. First round.
Okay. I need to preface this with something.
All right. What's your preference?
I haven't watched hockey since 8 years ago.
Okay.
A lot has changed.
Yeah, probably.
The only thing that is consistent is that the Vancouver Canucks still not great, and that's the team I like. So
okay. Well, they're not in here.
Oh, I know.
So, at least you won't be biased.
That's what I'm saying. I'm here for results.
So, because your team is not in here and my team is in here, granted, I do think my team will lose.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to win? Winnipeg Jets or St. Louis Blues?
The Jets.
Okay. Why is that?
They did really well during the regular season. I may not have watched, but I have talked with people about hockey. They've been doing pretty well. They've been a pain in the butt for a lot of other teams.
All right, now we got Dallas and the Avalanche.
Oh, God.
Another old Minnesota team, the Dallas Stars, or the North Stars.
Flip a coin. I mean,
you want to flip a coin for this one?
It can go either way.
I do have a quarter on me.
All right. Heads, Stars, tails, Avalanche.
It is heads.
Stars it is.
A reasoning? Because this coin says so.
A reasoning, George Washington's face.
All right, now we got the Golden Knights and our Minnesota Wild. I'm going to be honest, I think we lose.
Oh, yeah. 100%. 100%.
As sad as it sounds.
Do I want the Wild to win? Sure. Will they?
It's probably the same as the Minnesota Vikings making it past the wild card.
Or the Twins getting a World Series ring.
Making it past the Yankees. Or Astros.
The Twins getting to the postseason.
All right. I'm taking Edmonton.
Oh yeah, Oilers all the way. They have a really good squad right now.
I really liked Edmonton. For how little I've paid attention to the Wild. Or the Minnesota. Not even Minnesota. Oh, wow. Now I got to pick the
Okay, now we have to
game
pick
series.
games. Winnipeg Jets, 5.
5. Dallas.
No,
No, since we flipped the coin. No, since we
flip
flipped
a
the
four-sided
coin.
coin.
No, we flipped the coin. It's a blowout, right? Either one. It's just going to be a blowout. Game 7 it is.
Yeah, game 7, sure.
5.
6. No, I think 6.
You're being generous.
No, I think the Wild are.
I think the Minnesota Wild just absolutely fumble.
Hear me out. Hear me out. The Wild are gonna put on a fight, and then the Golden Knights are gonna take off like all the weighted belts they had on them and go into like Super Saiyan mode and destroy them.
God. Okay.
It's gonna be like Game 7 of the Stanley Cup where the Canucks and the Bruins are playing, where it's like, oh wow, these are two really good teams, and it's like Game 7's like, oh, you lost 7-0 at home in a final. Okay.
Okay. What do you think about Edmonton and the Kings?
Controversial opinion, 4.
I'm gonna go 5.
I
think they can take a little bit at home.
I don't know. It's Gretzky versus Gretzky. It's 2 of his teams he played for.
I don't think that matters because he's not playing right now.
You don't know that. Maybe you put on a wig.
Oh my God.
That'd be wild.
He's actually out in Washington.
Yeah.
Where we're going next.
Oh God.
The man that just passed Wayne Gretzky. Hey, Ovechkin. Just passed.
You know what? Capitals. It's going to be the fairy tale season for Ovechkin.
A lot of people think that. A lot of people think that.
Oh, I don't know.
The Hurricanes or the Jersey Devils?
The Jersey Devils or the Hurricanes? I don't like either of those teams.
I don't like either. As a kid, I liked the Carolina Hurricanes. I also did like the Devils.
You know, pick the New Jersey Devils, if nothing else, because they're like mascots are cryptid, and that's kind of cool.
We got the Florida Panthers, who are attempting a repeat.
Oh boy, Florida.
But Tampa Bay is also really good.
T-Bay.
All right. And then we got the Leafs and Ottawa. You know, Ottawa, to be honest, man, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about them. Kind of just a team that kind of fell off to me.
But they're a team that exists.
Like, I haven't heard about them being like a big contender for a long time. All
I'm going to say is more people are fond over the New Hartford Whalers than the Ottawa Senators.
Okay. Well, we're going to take Toronto. All right. Now we got to pick the series. How many games? Toronto. 5. Tampa Bay in.
Fair. I think that's going to be 6.
6? I thought you were going to say 5 across the board.
Habs and Capitals, I think it's going to be 7. I think they're going to do the true fairy tale and make it a miserable fairy tale.
Alex Ovechkin scores in OT.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And 4. The worst game's going to be the most boring series. Nothing crazy.
Right. Now we're in the round 2. Stars and the Winnipeg Jets. I still think the Winnipeg Jets beat the Dallas Stars. Me personally. And then for the Knights.
On the Dallas Stars, we just figured that out.
And then the Golden Knights versus the Oilers.
I think it's going to be Edmonton. I think they're going to shut them down.
Okay. Then we got blue on blue. This is absolutely
That's not hard to read at all. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's very difficult to read.
as much as I'd want it to be the Maple Leafs, I
I
think
do
it's
think
going to be
I
Tampa
do
Bay.
think Tim. I do think the Lightning take it. And
It-
I'm gonna go.
Capitals.
We might as well just ride that train. Capitals take it. All right. Winnipeg versus Edmonton. I think this one will be a good fight.
I
However,
think
I
it's going
think
to be
Edmonton still take. I think do
really. I think Winnipeg's going to take it.
we flip a coin to find out?
Yeah, flip a
Yeah.
coin.
All right. Call it in the air. So whatever you call is what for Winnipeg. You ready?
Yep, tails.
What?
That's just what I'm calling tails.
It was heads.
Okay, that's
All
that's
right.
fair.
You don't lie.
You don't even have to show me. I believe you. You have no reason to lie. It's not like you're going to win money off of this.
Maybe I did.
Well, you bet on terrible things then. It's going
I
to be
know.
the Capitals.
I was about to just click it. You know what? Let's just ride it out. We're probably wrong again.
Now
Should we just go for
now
no?
this is where the fairy tale comes crashing back to reality. They lose. Oilers get their first Stanley Cup in ages.
And then the total number of goals scored in the
whole
whole thing.
series.
I'm gonna say what? Probably 3 goals max
30.
each game.
Nah, I'm going to say
Team.
30.
Well,
I'm going to say it's going to be 7 games, 30 goals total.
Oh boy, 30. God, that's a lot. That's a big.
That
That's
is
a
a
lot
lot.
of goals.
Yeah, it is. That's the crushing down reality heartbreak.
All right, well, that's what you said. All right. This one I do have an account back from when I was in high school. Oh, missed requirements. Nice. Oh well.
Okay, well, we'll look at that's our bracket.
Yeah, this is our bracket. Is it wrong? Probably.
Yes. No, this is not probably. This is yes.
Hey man, you never know. You never know.
All right, you ready for our next segment?
Yeah, now we're gonna be talking about the soccer world that I have absolutely no idea about.
This is the sport where I know a lot, and Nate knows that they kick a ball, and that's about it.
But this is the link you wanted me to pull up for you.
Yes. So we're not going to play the video because I don't own that stuff and I ain't getting sued. But
Right.
Bodo Glimt, which is a Norwegian team, made European history the other day. As you can see, they won on penalties 3-2, won on aggregate because of the penalties. They're the first Norwegian club to ever get into a semifinals of a European club competition. Congrats, Bodo Glimt. Their keeper made the save on the last penalty to send them through to the semifinals. And they get to play Tottenham Hotspur, which is a very, very rich team.
So I guess I'm just confused because I understand it says 3-1, but then it says 2-3 under penalties, which makes me confused.
Okay.
Wouldn't that
I'll explain that.
Wouldn't that still make it? Yeah. Wait.
I got you. B. So for these kind of competitions, they do a best of 2. You play one at home and one away. And then whoever has the highest aggregate score moves on. In this case, the first game they won 2-0. This game they lost 3-1, which means it was 3-3.
Because
and it had to go to penalties. And then whoever wins the penalties, if it goes to penalties, they just move on.
Okay.
It sucks if you lose, but it's great if you win.
Interesting. Okay.
And as you can see the stats, they were holding on for dear life. 12 shots to 33, 8 on target compared to 11, 46% possession. Like it was rough. But anyway,
all right.
That's our soccer update. I could talk about soccer for ages. We can talk about football. We can talk about all the leagues. I know a bunch of stuff. I'll keep it to just the big stuff and the neat stuff.
All right. But what would be our next segment is the MLB.
Is this baby?
Yeah, now we're going to discuss why your Rockies are Garbo. It's because they got rid of Blackman. Blackman retired.
R.I.P. He's not dead. He actually still works for the organization. He's not there anymore.
I guess you're true. All right.
Well, all right. So
we
got to start. We're going to start
and our
AL
torpedo
East.
bats. What about our torpedo bats? You want to talk about our torpedo bats? I like the torpedo bats, right? How do we feel about them?
I think it's fine. I think it's weird that it took this long for people to figure out that loophole.
Was it
But
a
I mean,
loophole?
it is a loophole. The dimensions of like what the bet have to be are specified in MLB rules. I don't know it off the top of my head. It's probably really convoluted and weirdly worded. But they just
Yeah,
took those
probably.
rules and they're like, you got it, and they followed it to a T. But now the bats look like a torpedo. It's just making the sweet spot bigger. I mean, it either will be banned in a couple weeks or months, or everybody will use it.
Okay.
It's just how it is. It's not like people are like putting resin on their hands for pitching or like doing garbage can signals. Looking at you, Houston.
Classic.
So
All
we're
right.
going to start about AL East. Yankees, the bats are helping. The bats are helping a lot.
Yeah, they got a lot of home runs right now.
The Blue Jays have been very, very good this year. Red Sox expected. Orioles, beyond disappointing. They
Good thing
have
we didn't
such
take.
a good roster. I know.
Hey, hey, this is a good link to our fantasy baseball team that we got going on.
Which let me pull it up, but you're gonna like the news on that, my friend.
Or are we
This
actually
week we are
right now?
winning 481-0.
Well, yeah, that's because the guy is. It's
We
a
essentially
free
got a
league.
bye
It's a
week.
free league. We joined a free league, just for memes.
But not just for memes, but if we get in last place, this guy here, not me, but the one in the wild jersey, gets to go to the MLB Combine and make
Yeah,
a video about it.
I'm gonna try. I'm literally only going for pitching. I'm just that's my only hope. I hope my arm gives out on me. Then I'm done.
Okay, the Rays, they're doing okay. To be fair, they don't have a house, so they're doing the
they're
best they
homeless.
can.
They're unfortunately homeless.
We have not one, but two teams in AAA stadiums this year.
It's great. It's my favorite. Yeah.
All right, we'll move on to AL Central. Tigers doing pretty good. Guardians doing pretty good. Royals, a little disappointing. It's okay.
And then classic.
Twins are doing on average. They're on par.
They're doing what they do.
The White Sox way better than last year.
That's true. That is true. We did joke about them last year.
They might beat the win record from last year. They might get some wins.
They might. Yeah. Then we
All
got
right. AL
West.
West.
Rangers.
This one's interesting. Rangers doing great. Angels, okay. Mariners, I mean, they could be doing better. Whatever. Astros, actually, I don't like the Astros. I'm gonna be real. Not a fan. But they should be doing better. They have a pretty good lineup. The Athletics are doing all right. They have a breakout rookie right now in Tyler Soderstrom. That dude is kicking ass, and he is doing wonderful. He's doing the Lord's work for that team.
He's carrying that team.
Nate, he is. I got to look up his average for you because you're going to go like wowie zowie.
Wowie zowie?
Indeed.
I love wowie zowies.
Let's see. Let me go to MLB.com.
Getting the official stats on there at .com.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So his average is a 325 right now.
Okay.
With 9 home runs and 19 ribbies and a 1.085 OPS. He's doing pretty good.
That's pretty
for
good.
a second year. Not bad.
Pretty good. Ready for the National League?
No.
They're like, it's New York.
Okay.
Again.
So I have a lot to say about AL West or NL West, but we'll get there. NL East, Mets, maybe Juan Soto was the move.
Well, he did have
Time will tell.
He did have one of his worst games against
I
local
mean,
Twins.
We'll have to see.
Maybe it is because
Might be the
Judge
move.
maybe because he doesn't have Aaron Judge in the lineup.
Edwin Diaz, not doing great, but it's
Yeah,
up and down. I mean, when you're a relief pitcher, it's up and down anyway.
it's all right.
Phillies, they're doing all right.
Yeah, they're doing all right.
Marlins, they're doing all right.
Yep.
Nationals and the Braves, disappointing.
Yeah, I'm a little sad with that.
Absolutely disappointing. They have a great lineup.
It's okay.
Nationals have a pretty good lineup too. Also incredibly disappointing.
Yep.
Let's go to NL Central.
Hey man, how about the Cubs? That's 16-0 whopping.
Cubs, good on you for being the Dodgers that much. they'll come back and they'll make sure that you feel it. But round of applause.
Yeah, we like that. We don't really
Brew-
we like that.
Brewers and doing all right. Reds doing all right. Ellie De La Cruz, you need more hits. You were our number 1 draft pick, please.
He was our first round pick. Oh, boy.
Cardinals. Mighty have fallen, man. Cardinals used to be such a good team.
Yeah, that was
And then
Yeah.
Yadier Molina retired.
also true.
The Pirates. Hey, man, you can have the best pitcher in the league and still do crap, and this is proof.
Well, that's because he can't pitch every game.
Well,
It'd be a
that
difference
you need
if
more
it-
than
it-
one good player.
It'd be different if he could pitch every game.
Like, the Pirates have a good lineup. Like, they have good people, but, like, I don't know. And then they had this whole controversy. I don't know if you saw it, but they had, like, a number up. I believe it was, I don't remember who it was for. They had a number up for a player, like a, hey, like, we love you kind of meme. And they took it down and replaced it with an advertisement for, like, a White Claw ripoff.
Okay.
Without telling anybody.
Nice.
And a lot of people got pissed. And then the owner's like, oh, I thought you guys didn't care about that. Oops.
Okay.
Pirates. Definitely not a great organization in terms of ownership, but their fans are nice. I liked every Pirates fan I've met.
Yeah,
NL West.
I like
This one
Pirates
is
look.
wild. Excluding these guys here,
Rocky.
every single one of those teams could be the top of a different division.
Yeah, they could be.
The Padres going 15-5. Oh my God. Is this going to be the year they get a World Series? Absolutely not. They're not allowed to have one, but
Oh,
they can dream. I like the Padres. I enjoy them. I like their City Connect. I like Tatis.
Yeah.
They're a fun team. But like the Rockies, they're just not allowed to have success. And that's okay. But they can do okay. The Rockies can't. Dodgers,
We don't like.
we'll see if you can play Moneyball in 2025.
I used to love the Dodgers, man.
I did too. I loved their history. I loved like all the stuff they did with like Jackie Robinson Day. I thought like a lot of stuff they did was really cool. I liked the color scheme. They're just the modern Yankees. They're the modern Yankees, and a lot of
It's so
people don't want to
sad.
say that.
Sad.
They're the hype team. They're the team where you're like, oh yeah, I know what baseball is. I like the Dodgers. And then people are like, okay, so do you actually like baseball, or do you like wearing a white jersey with blue text on it and paying like $10 for a beer? The Giants, oh my God, they're doing great. Good for them.
Yeah.
Big fan. Love watching balls go into the bay. There's that one guy in a kayak who always catches them. Love that guy. Real funny. D-backs, bring back the neon blue. Bring back the old purple and blue. I want the old purple and blue.
I like
bring them back.
I did like the old D-backs jerseys. I like the black.
Bring back the Randy Johnson jerseys.
Ooh,
I want those. Bring those back.
Are good. Those are good. I'll take those.
But D-backs, you're chill. I like you. Rockies are doing as expected.
Best for last. Best for last.
You mean statistically the worst team in the league? Oh, check if their record is the worst. I'm pretty sure it is.
3-15. It's because they're lower than the White Sox.
Yep.
By one win.
Rockies. I like them. They're a good fan team. Their owner, and pardon my French, is a piece of shit. Not a fan. He is infamous for we're going to get great players, get great picks, get great free agents. We'll wait until they start shining, and then we're going to sell them to the Red Sox or sell them to the Cardinals. Looking at you, Nolan Arenado and Trevor Story.
Ooh.
And I don't blame those players. They want to get paid more and play somewhere where they have a chance of winning something. I get it.
Yep.
But if the Rockies keep some of their good players and don't just sell them instantly once they start being okay, they would not be the bottom.
No. One day.
They have a great stadium. It's a beautiful view of the Rocky Mountains. Their City Connect's dope. Their new one's great, and I'm going to be getting that eventually.
When do you think they make the turn? When do you think? What year?
When do you think they're done having their rebuild since 2007?
Yeah, give me your honest opinion. Will it be in your lifetime?
It will be. Will they win a World Series? I don't think so. But will they turn around and be a good team? I do think so.
Well, only time will tell.
I think 2 more years.
You think 2
and
years?
we'll be a mid-table.
You'll be mid-table? You'll wild card mid-table, or
like they're fighting to not be in the wild card. Like it's going to be a guaranteed wild card, but they want better kind of mid-table.
In 2 years, you think that's going to make that? They're going to make that turn?
I think so.
That's a pretty drastic.
They have a lot of.
That's a
they have
pretty
a lot
big
of good
change.
Prospects. They have a lot of good prospects in the system right now.
Okay.
And then Ezekiel Tovar, he's doing great. And as long as the owner doesn't go like, "Oh man, you're great. Hey, Red Sox, you got your checkbook?"
Yeah, or the Yankees or the Dodgers.
And plus, if you want to make a Padres fan mad, show them all the times the Rockies beat them, because it's a weird ratio of the Rockies are really good against the Padres specifically.
Yeah.
Like Charlie Blackmon, my boy, RIP, he's not dead. He's just retired. Good for you. Congrats on the career. Dingers when it comes to the Padres.
Dingers. And then before we wrap it up, we got an avid ball collector or a card collector here for some baseball cards.
You know what? I have one here, and I'm not going to show it because I have a background. So I look.
Yeah, we'll throw it up on the screen.
We'll throw it in post. It's going to be the gold SSR image variation of the Charlie Blackmon card from this year. And it's the picture of him tipping his cap when he walked off the field for the last time.
It'll be on the screen. So we'll edit it onto the screen. It'll be big and beautiful like it should be.
Just like me. Oh, and WrestleMania is this weekend. It's going to be...
That is true. That's what we're going to be doing later
We'll
today.
talk about Mania next episode.
Yeah, we'll talk about how disappointing a lot of the matches probably are. That's how I feel.
It won't be the worst. It's no Mania 9. My wrestling fans, you know Mania 9. Not great. But we'll talk about it. We'll talk about John Cena's last WrestleMania match, and if somebody gets RP teleported away by The Undertaker again.
Ooh, I like that one from last year.
He is in Vegas. He was at the Hall of Fame speech last night. He inducted his wife.
Yeah, since over the past about year and a half, Jeremy got me into watching it with him. Never cared for it ever in my life before, but now I'm just here for the memes.
You're here for the memes and mini Paul Heyman.
Dude, I'm all for the Paul Heyman memes, dude.
Paul Heyman is the GOAT. I don't care what people say.
I'm all for it. I love it. I want the mini Paul Heyman action figure. I want it so bad.
I want the Paul Heyman Lego action figure, but just,
that would also be
just him. Nobody else in WWE, no ring, anything, just Paul Heyman.
Oh, God. So what if Paul Heyman comes out and he wrestles tonight?
I mean, to be fair, the main event tonight is for Paul Heyman's love. It's literally the Paul Heyman, Paul Heyman match.
He's coming out just to start throwing, man.
He's going to come out in a singlet and be like,
yeah.
Oh,
I'm for it. Meme made. I'm ready for it. All right. Well, that was our sports date. Our first debut sports date.
We want to do weekly at some point. It might be bi-weekly or a different interval.
I think right now. I mean, obviously.
Depends.
Well, I think when the NFL season comes through, it'll be a lot easier for us because games are
especially
on a weekly basis.
When it's NFL and NHL and NBA, like everything's going on again. Like, yeah, right now it's mostly just baseball.
Well, right now we figured now is a great time because playoffs for 2 of them. So
playoffs
those are wrapping up.
Baseball most of the year.
Baseball's just long. I mean, so there's a lot to cover.
There's
but
a
when
reason they
football
call it
comes
the
out,
napping sport.
Yeah, but when football comes around, please Vikings, do something. But
please, TJ Hawkinson, do the dab.
You want him to do the dab on a score?
No, I just want him to do the dab like when he walks out on the field.
Oh, that might be. But we'll see what happens. All right. Well, that was episode 1 of our sports date. How do you feel, Jeremy?
It's a little chilly outside. I don't know why I'm in the woods doing this when you're at your house.
Well, What do you want to send? You got any parting words?
The Rockies should be sold to a person who actually cares about them.
Good parting words. And we end.
Thanks, man.